It is the Riot on Radio U, 8772 Radio U, at Radio U Official on TikTok and Instagram. Limestone County, Alabama. We have a man, his name is Mickey Polk, and he has been charged several charges. He's a hardened criminal, it seems. Some of the charges he's facing: unlawful possession with intent to distribute, trafficking methamphetamine, chemical endangerment of a child, receiving stolen property, certain persons in possession of a pistol and possession of a controlled substance. He's a bad man.
He's a bad boy.
He's got a rap sheet on him, but that's not all he was charged with. He's also charged with possession of a wild animal. Listen to this. He has a squirrel that he has kept with him. He calls it his attack squirrel.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
He has an attack squirrel.
You got all that methamphetamine and stuff. You're trafficking all that. A gun's not enough protection. You need something else.
He's a villain.
You need an attack squirrel.
He's a literal villain. He has an attack squirrel. Like his duo partner is a squirrel that's methed out. What is happening here? Does it do commands? Like how effective is the squirrel?
I don't know how he could really sick it on you. But it sounds like something from a movie where there's a villain and it has it had a squirrel on his shoulder.
Yeah, of
and
course,
it would feel very unassuming. And somebody would encounter this villain and they'd make fun of the squirrel and you're like, oh, that's what you think. And he'd sick the squirrel on him. The squirrel would
like a little whistle
eat the guy's face off. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a little whistle. That's right. Yeah,
and all of a sudden the squirrel just clutches. Imagine a squirrel.
I hope Mickey Polk and his squirrel aren't listening right now because the squirrel probably just ate his face off.
I know, literally, from my little whistle.
Yeah.
Like I think if he jumped from shoulder to your face, could you? I mean, imagine a scarier sight than an attack squirrel coming at your face. Like it's a little thing.
Try to pry that thing off of you. See how they climb trees and fences?
Yeah, it's like a little spider monkey.
It would dig into your face. That would hurt. Mickey Polk, this guy with all these charges against him. He was keeping an attack squirrel that supposedly he was, getting hooked on meth to make it aggressive.
How? I don't know. How did he tame that? How did
you catch it in the first place?
I assume maybe some food. How did he get I just don't understand how he taught it to attack.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you teach?
You know what? I don't think that it was that well trained. It's probably just he kept it in a little container type thing, a cage. I don't think he was treating the squirrel very nice. I mean, obviously he was hooking it on meth, but I don't think he was treating the squirrel probably very nicely.
They don't have
outside
a working
of that
relationship
either. And so basically, you keep that squirrel locked up, and then you set it free. It's going to attack anything in sight, probably.
Maybe so.
I don't know if he had a lot of control over it.
I kind of hope he does. I kind of wish that
he trained it.
That he had it completely trained. I'll just literally set on his shoulder all the time. That'd be way cooler. I mean, but it'd be so hard to do. I can't even. My dog doesn't even listen to me, let alone a squirrel.
Right.
I don't know. But having an attack squirrel. I mean, if you're gonna have an attack something. An attack squirrel is a pretty good one.
That's
it's
good.
Small. You can transport it on nearly anywhere. It's like you could
hide it in your pocket.
You could have them on a plane. Like you could take that thing anywhere. It's probably one of the most dangerous attack things you could have.
And think about this: small, quick. If you're going up against somebody with a firearm, it'd be hard to nail a squirrel. I mean, I'm sure
you're not hitting a squirrel. You're not hitting a squirrel.
But that squirrel, if it's zipping all over the place, you got to have pretty good aim.
Methed out squirrel. You're not touching a methed out squirrel.
You are not gonna catch a methed out squirrel. No matter how much of a marksman you are.
So Mickey Polk, I mean, he seems like obviously not a very intelligent person with all of these charges against him.
Well,
but I'll tell you,
yeah, maybe not.
He picked a good animal to tame into an attack.
You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
But all that other stuff. I mean, it's wrong to do that to a squirrel too. It's all wrong.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
But I'll tell you this.
It's impressive.
If this thing, I'm telling you, if it sits on his shoulder. And he gives a little whistle and that thing goes.
Yep.
There's nothing I've seen more impressive than that.
You're done.
You're
done. It's Lecrae. It's the Riot.